students, back to our programming in C class. So we were learning about decision making and branching statements in C. We have learned that when one of many alternatives is to be selected, we make use of if statement or further improvement of the if statement, that is if else statement, nested if else statement, or even else if ladder. These all statements were used to check for some condition or to pick from many of the alternatives in a program. But the usage of if else statement, further the usage of nested if else or else if ladder may increase the complexity of the program. As the number of alternatives increases in the program, we might have to make use of nested if or the else if ladder that may increase the complexity of the program too. So the program becomes difficult to read, or the program becomes difficult to understand even for the programmer. So as an alternative of using the nested if else or else if ladder, it is desirable to choose another decision making statement, that is switch statement. So switch statement is a multi-way decision statement. The switch statement tests the value of a given variable or maybe an expression against a list of case values, and when a match is found, a block of statements associated with that case is executed. So switch statement is a multi-way decision making statement. The general syntax of the switch statement is switch, that is the keyword switch. Within bracket we give the expression. The expression in the switch statement can be either a constant or any expression to be evaluated. So this expression, when we use switch statement in a program, when the program is executed, it checks for this expression. It may be a constant or an expression. It checks for this argument of the switch statement. This expression will be checked, and it checks for the value of expression against each of the case statements given below. Each of the case statement contains values, and these values are checked with the expression, with the value of the expression. If any match is found, the statements given inside this value, this case block, will be executed. So instead of checking for the condition with the if else statement, we can make use of the switch statement to make the multi-way decision making. That means we give an expression within the switch statement, and based upon the expression or after evaluating the expression, or it may be a constant also, this constant or expression given in the switch statement is checked against all the values given in the case statement. There can be multiple case statements. Up to 257 case labels are supported in C. So it can be up to 257 case labels. The value of the expression or the constant given in the switch statement will be checked against the case values. If any match is found, the statements given within the corresponding case label will be executed. So this the expression, as we said, the expression is an integer expression or characters. It can be characters also, and value 1 and value 2. Here we had given value 1 and value 2. These are constants or constant expressions. The value 1 and value 2 are the constants, or it can be constant expressions. These are known as the case labels. Value 1 and value 2 given here are called the case labels. It can be a constant or constant expressions. Each of these values should be unique within a switch statement. So, value 1 and value 2 must be unique within the switch statement. And these statements, that is the statement or even statements, block of statements can also be used within a case value. Statements, or it can be either a single statement or a block of statements can be used within a case value, case labels. These blocks or statements, statement list that may contain either 0 or more statements can be used within these block. When the switch is executed, the value of the expression is successively compared against these values given in the case labels. The expression is executed, the value of this expression will be compared with value 1, value 2, etc. any number of labels that are given within the case statements. So, these after comparing the expression with value 1, value 2, if a case is found whose value matches with the value of the expression, then the block of statements that follows the case are executed. For example, if given in this expression, if the expression matches with value 1, these statements given within this block will be executed. If the switch expression, if the expression value matches with the second case value 2, then only these statements will be executed. The first statement that is given within the value 1 will not be executed, that statements will be skipped, and the value of the expression that matches with value 2. So, this statement, block of statement will be executed. And the break statement, at the end of each block signals the end of a particular case, and this causes an exit from the switch statement. So, it transfers the control to the last statement X. Okay, break specifies that this block should be terminated and directly the control will be transferred to the statement X given outside the block. That is the statement X following the switch statement. Here we have specified a default statement, but this default is an optional one. When the default is given in the program inside the switch statement, it will be executed if the value of the expression does not match with any of the case values. If the value of the expression does not match with any of the case values, the default statements will be executed. Otherwise, whatever may be the case value that matches with the expression, that case value statements alone will be executed. So, the purpose of using the default statement is that if no case values, case labels matches with the expression, the statements given inside the default will be executed. If the default is not given, no action takes place if all matches fails, and the control goes directly to the statement X. So, as we said, it permits, C permits the use of as many 257 case labels within a switch statement. So, let us see the selection process of switch statement. Upon entry, it checks for the expression. In case of if statements, we check for a condition, and this is a multi-way decision making statement. So, upon entry, it checks for the expression. It may be a constant or a constant expression. It checks for the expression, and it checks for a matching value against all these case statements. Here we have given 3 case statements. So, first evaluating the expression, and the expression value will be compared with case 1. Whether if the case 1 matches with the value of the expression, then code block 1 will be executed, and then the control will be transferred to the statements given after the switch block. And if after evaluating the expression, if the after matching with the case 1, if the case 1 does not match with the expression value of the expression, then the case 1 code block will be completely skipped and it checks for the case 2. If the label given in the case 2 matches with the expression, then code block 2 will be executed. Again, after executing the code block 2, the control will be transferred to the statements given after the block, switch block. If these two cases fails, if the matching with these two cases fails, case 1 does not match with the expression and case 2 does not match with the expression, then it checks for the matching with the case 3. If the case 3 label matches with the value given in the expression, then code block 3 will be executed. And again the control will be transferred to the statement given outside the switch block. In case these three cases fails to match with the expression, then the default statement given in the block will be executed. In case if all the case labels given inside the switch statement fails to match with the expression, then the default statement will be executed. That means the code given within the default will be executed and again the control will be transferred out to the block, to the statement that is given out of the block. This is how the switch statement works. Let's go through a program, an example program, to know more about the goto statement. This program illustrates the working of the goto statements. So, the first line of our program, we know the first statement of any program would be #include stdio.h. We are including the header files. Then our program begins with the main function. Here too, the function does not return any value, so we specify it as a void function, void main of. So our program, the execution of our program begins from this part, from the main part. We had first declared a character variable grade equal to B. The first part of any variable declaration should be declaring the data type. So in this line we declare a variable grade of type character and we have given a value for this variable, that is B. Remember that for character constants we should give the value enclosed within the single quotes. So B is a character constant, so we enclose B within single quotes. So from this line it is clear that grade is a variable declared as type character and we assigned a value B to that variable grade. Okay. Now B is a character constant that is assigned to the variable grade. Now making use of our switch statement. Switch, that is our keyword, and within bracket we give the expression to be evaluated. Our expression is grade. It can be any constant or it can be any constant expression. In this case we give the expression as a constant, grade. We check for the values of the grade against each of the case values given along the switch statement. So first when this program is executed, it checks for the value of grade. We have given the value of grade as a constant B, character constant B. So at first it checks for the case value A. The first case, it is given as the case label is given as character constant A. We have declared grade as B, character constant B. So the value of B will be checked against value A. So as we know, this does not match. B does not match with A. So these part of statements, these block of statements, that is printf excellent, will not be executed because B does not match with A. So the statements, the block of statements given within this case will not be executed, it will be skipped. Now as case label A fails, it then checks with case B. Now is it okay? Yes, of course it matches with case B because grade is equal to B and case label is also same, B. So it matches the expression or the constant given inside the switch statement matches with this case B. So the statements given within this case will be executed. That is, the output will be well done. The statement given inside the case B is to printf, that means to display the message well done. So this message will be displayed when we execute this program because our grade has a value B assigned to it and this value matches with case B. So the statements given within the case B will be executed, and after displaying the message well done on the screen, it executes the break statement. Break statement provides an exit from the switch statement. So the all other case and the default statement will be skipped out of execution. These statements, the case C, the statement block of statements given inside the C will not be executed, and even the default statement printf invalid grade, that will not be executed. After executing this well done, after printing the message well done in the screen, it executes the break statement. So this break statement provides a termination from the entire switch block. So these statements, these case C and the default, all these will be skipped out of execution, and then it executes the last statement that is given outside the switch statement. The statement given outside the switch statement will be executed, that is printf your grade is %C. As we know, %C is used to display a character constant. Here grade is given a character constant value, so we use %C for displaying the grade value. Printf your grade is %C, and this will be displayed in a new line as we have given \n in the printf statement. So the grade will be displayed in a new line. So this statement that is given outside the switch block will be displayed, and all other case statements given within the switch will be skipped. Okay, so see, our output is well done and your grade is B. Well done, that is a statement given within the second case, case B, that equals the grade value B. So all the statements given within the case B will be executed. Here we had provided printf statement to display well done. So this well done is displayed as output, and after displaying well done, all the other statements are skipped out of execution, and the only display after the case is your grade is, because this statement is given outside the switch block. As it is given outside the switch block, this statement printf your grade is %C, this will be displayed, and the message given within the printf statement is your grade is, and we use this statement to display the grade. The grade value will be displayed, that is B, the character constant B will be displayed. Is it clear now? So we shall continue on the next session. Thank you.